Welcome to Codecraft by Adiremi. In this video, we are going to build a fully functional shopping cart using only HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. No libraries, just pure JavaScript logic. By the end of this video, users will be able to add items to a cart, increase quantities automatically, remove items, and see the total price update instantly. Let's get started. So we'll build the structure of our page using HTML. Okay. The title of our web page should be shopping cart. Now we will have a container called products. Container called product. Okay. Let's see how our page looks like first. Okay. Now let's start with the container. Div class. We name it products. So inside it, each product has a title, price, and add to cart button. This one will be called products. Okay. So the first product will be headphones. Headphone. Then the price. Okay, let's add image first. If you look at our folder, you see where the image is located. Then the price, $2,000. Then a button, add to cart button. So it will have a data name and a data price. So this data name and data price allow us to store extra information directly inside the button. JavaScript will later use these values when someone clicks the button. So instead of add coding product values inside JavaScript, we store them in HTML and fetch them dynamically. This makes the code cleaner and more scalable. So we'll do the same for another product, which is smartwatch. It will also have its own image. Then it will also have its own price. 2,500. Then a add to cart button. So it will have its own data name and data price. So we'll do the same for another product. So for this project, we are going to make use of just three products. So this will be called Bluetooth speaker. Bluetooth speaker. It will also have its own image and price. Then the price. And lastly, button. The add to cart button. And the data price. So Next, we are going to create the cart section. That's where you have an unordered list where cart items will appear. A span element that displays the total price. Okay, let's see what you are doing for now. Okay, everything is working except the okay. They are working. They are working. So I'm moving to the cart section. Let's create a container called cart and issue is cart items. Then an unordered list. Unordered list. Give it an ID called cart items. So we are going to leave it empty for now. JavaScript will dynamically insert items here. So we are creating a span which will have its ID called total. Let's close the H3. Okay, let's do what we did. Okay, we are moving forward. So now let's style everything to make it look cleaner. So let's start with the body. We'll have a font family called Area and sans serif. Then it also have a padding of 20 pixels. The background F4, F4, F4. That's an S code. And let's move to the H1. That's the shopping cart. So we want to move the shopping cart to center by making use of text align. Okay, let's see if the shopping cart moved to center. Let's allow it to load. Okay, done. Now let's go back to our work. Now styling the products. The product container. So it's going to display flex. We give it a gap of 20 pixels because we want the three items to be at the center. Make use of justify content center. Then it will also center. It will also have a margin of 30 pixels. Margin at the bottom, 30 pixels. Okay, you can see. I'm moving forward. Now let's start the products. Each product then. Let's give it a white background. A padding of 15 pixels. A border radius of 5 pixels. Then a width of 200 pixels. Then everything should be centered, all the items there. So we're making use of set test align. Okay, we are moving forward. Now let's start the image now. The product image. The width 100%. The height 60%. Now let's view it. Okay, everything is now in order. Now let's start the add to cart button. Now let's give it a padding, which is 8 pixels and 12 pixels, both horizontal and vertical. It will also have a background. I'm making use of Xcode. Then we don't want it to have a border, so we'll make it none. Then a color. So we are going to make the color white. Then a cursor. We want the cursor to be pointer. Then the border radius, which is going to be 4 pixels. Let's see what we are doing. Okay, now let's start the over of the button. So background, which is going to be an export. So every time we over on the button, let's switch again first. You can see anytime we over on the button, the background changes. Now let's start the cat session. Now let's give it a background of white. A padding of 20 pixels. Maximum width of 400 pixels. Then imagine. So we're going to make that auto. Then a border radius of 5 pixels. Okay, everything is working perfectly fine. Now let's start the list. Although we don't, the list is empty now, so we'll just style it down. So when JavaScript is producing the list, the CSS will do its work. So it's going to display flex. Then justify content to space between. Margin bottom. Let's add margin to the bottom. The bottom. This is going to be 10 pixels. Now let's start another one, which is going to be called remove button. Although we don't have that in our HTML, the JavaScript will provide that. JavaScript is going to provide it. So the background is going to be red. Then the color is going to be white. We don't want it to have any border, so we'll make it none. Then give it a padding of 2 pixels and 6 pixels, both vertical and horizontal. Then the cursor is going to be pointer. And lastly, the border radius, which is going to be 3 pixels. Now let's do everything. Let's allow it to load. Okay. So we'll continue in our next video. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.